We are back at the backyard workshop here at Brough Built. Last time we made the front half of the right-hand side rear fender, and today we're going to be doing some welding. So the welding process involves, first we fit up the panels together, after which we just tack them together to hold them in their shape, following which we actually run a bead all the way along the weld. Now, today I've already done the fit up and the tacking just to save a little bit of time for you guys, and you guys are going to watch us do some welding. Well, since you've been gone, I've just gone ahead and tipped this edge over here. We just hand formed it around on the buck with these clicos holding it in place so we know its alignment. And so that panel's completed for now, and the next stage for this will be welding it to the next one. And that's sort of what we're going to do over there. All in all, to make these pieces is probably a good week and a half's work, probably 2 weeks. And I mean, tacking alone, just to get that all together, that's probably a good 3 hours to get it to this point from 2 separate panels. So we tack the panels together first, just so that they're held in place. They're not shifted in orientation to one another. Once we've tacked it up, we just lift the panel slightly off the buck using some wooden wedges on either side of the weld. And essentially what that does, it just keeps it from affecting the buck below. The buck still holds it in its shape for the most part, but now with it having a little air gap, we've got a good 10 mils. So that way we won't melt the buck, burn the fiberglass, anything like that. So what we've done here is just a short little stitch weld, and that is how I'm going to weld this panel together, is just little stitches. I'm going to jump around a little bit, and what that's going to do is just keep the heat to a minimum in the panel, and what that does is just make sure that it doesn't warp too much. So when it comes time to clean the weld and make sure that it disappears, it will be a little bit easier on me. What we're using here is just a standard TIG welder, and so there's a lot of different processes one can use to weld these together. For instance, originally it would have been gas welded, which is oxyacetylene, but for us here, that's not really the most ideal. We don't have access to flux and things like that in this country, so TIG welding is the best for us. And these rods that I'm using for a filler material are actually pieces of sheet metal, the exact same that we used to make the panels. And so the reason we're using these as the filler material is that we're welding with the exact same material. It is cut off of the piece that was used to make this panel. So there is no difference in color once the weld is clean.
A lot of time goes into the individual panels and welding of this body. When we revisit this project, we'll see what it looks like when the panels are put together and witness what it takes to smooth this baby out.